everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having I hope you are having a wonderful weekend and a glorious Sunday, a holy Sunday, if you will. This is Just the Tip. I am your host, Asa Akira, and today's guest is Misha Cross. This is a weekly show where I am joined by another porn star and we give out our porn star tips and answer your sex questions that you've submitted to us. As always, I want to make the disclaimer that we are porn stars. This is all advice and tips based on our experience of being uber sluts and just fucking hundreds and hundreds of people. It is not medical advice. We just play doctors on the internet. So today's episode is special because this is an anal sex extravaganza. We are answering all anal sex questions today. I've been purposely piling up and collecting all of the anal questions from the past months and waiting for the perfect guest to join me to answer these questions. Misha Cross is the perfect performer, believe me. She not only does a lot of anal, she is an evil angel director, and if you know anything about porn, you know that evil angel directors love anal the most. I don't know why. I don't know how that happens. Maybe it's a coincidence. I kind of doubt it. But this is all about the ass, all about anal sex. We're going to talk about prep, during, aftercare, all of that stuff, ass to mouth, everything. So, without further ado, I'm going to see if Misha's ready to join me, which she is. I'm her right now. Like my shirt, by the way. It's Hello Kitty unstable. Hi!
Oh my god, I'm so close to camera.
Yeah, the live, when it splits the screen, it changes it up a little. How are you?
Right. I am okay, thank you. I'm so happy to see you again.
Wait, when did you get braces?
6 months ago.
Oh my. How long are you gonna have them?
I think 15 more months or 12 more months.
Okay.
Yeah, I want my teeth super straight, so I don't give a shit.
Also, I think the cool thing about porn is anytime you do something like that, you're gonna find that small group that only watches braces porn, and you're gonna kill it. You're gonna corner that market.
Right. Yeah, and also it's a white one. It's like when you have a good lighting, you can't really tell so much. It's not like a regular one. So I'm still I'm wearing braces. I can get away with that a little bit, but also I can film videos for those guys who are into it, you know? It's like a win-win.
Exactly. That's a good idea. I'm doing Invisalign right now, but I'm doing the one that's only at nighttime, and it works if you do it, but I'm the worst.
Oh my god. That's why I didn't want to get it, because first of all, it is also very, very expensive.
They both are. Everything is.
Yeah. And another thing is that you have to take it out when you eat. You have to always remember to put it back on. Yeah. So I'm the worst if it comes to this. I just want something put solid in me. So even if it hurts, there's no way to take it out.
I should have gone that route, because I can't even take birth control every day. I can't even be trusted to do that.
Yeah, I always skip mine. I should have taken mine in the morning.
Well, you're getting 9 periods a month for no reason.
Right.
Okay, so enough about birth control, because today is about anal sex. And
it's funny how I joked about it to you. Do you remember in the DM when you asked me to do it? I was like, oh, all those anal questions, and you
were like, girl, get them anal questions ready.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Okay, so you know what? I think it's fair. Probably the easiest way to start this is at the beginning, which is anal prep. So I get a lot of questions about anal prep, just in general, in life, from friends, even just, you know how it is when you're an anal performer, like people just ask you how to prepare for anal sex
Right.
a lot. And I think that includes, you know, people are asking like how we actually clean out.
Right.
How do we get ready for a partner? How do we keep our buttholes like stretchy? All that good stuff. So,
Right.
should I start? Like how?
I mean, well, I can just say how I do it, and then you can say your experience, and then we just compare, because I know everyone has a different routine.
Yeah.
It's like I've never met a girl that will do exactly the same as I do. So I always like kind of learn something, but also I'm like, oh, really? So it's like, you know, everybody does it differently. So for me, what I like after 6 years of shooting porn, what works for me best is cleaning the day before, in the evening before I go to bed. Because I'm only using this small little douche, you know, that looks like a fruit.
It's like a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the one gay guys use.
I never use the big thingy that you put on the door, or that you just put fluid inside your car. I never use that. It scares me. So no. So yeah, I'm using that, and then I take 2 Imodiums before I go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kind of like stops already all the bowel movements, and then I wake up in the morning. Obviously, I don't eat anything, which is annoying, because I love food. Okay. And I clean again. I take another Imodium, and I'm pretty much good to go. And obviously stretching before the sex scene, because
so
you
stretching
don't want
with a toy.
With a toy. And
Okay.
just, like,
I'm gonna pause you for 1 second. I'm gonna pause you for 1 second so I can talk about my cleaning, and then we'll move on to the stretching part, because that's a pretty extensive part too. Your cleaning method, totally different than mine.
Okay.
Totally different. I can't, which I'm shocked, because you and I have so much in common that like I assumed, I was like, I bet you she's gonna be the one, she's gonna be my anal prep twin. But
Tell me.
So my prep actually starts with, I take psyllium husk pills.
Okay.
Which is, so my body does not agree with Imodium. Like I just like, if I could take it I would. I can't. Like it just no good. It makes me very sick. So I take something called psyllium husk, which is like it's like a fiber, but it actually kind of goes through your system, and like instead of cleaning it out like like what you would think a fiber does, it like kind of like stops it up weirdly.
Oh, so it's kind of like it's like sucks all the things inside,
juices,
the moisture.
Yes.
Yeah. I get it. Okay.
So it like goes through your system and like sucks everything up.
Yeah.
And then when you clean out, for me, like I'll start. One thing I do similar to you is I start cleaning out the day before.
Right.
And when I do that, like it's just a lot easier to clean out, and then like I know when I'm done, because it's like the water's clear.
Right.
Then the next day, like, so I start cleaning out the day before, and then the day of, I actually eat all the way up to the scene.
Oh my God.
Because and I mean, like, I'm not gonna eat like, you know, a burrito, you know what I mean? But I eat pretty normally. Like I eat like pretty much regularly what I'm eating. I'll eat a salad, or like I'll even have a burger, or like whatever.
Oh my God, this is, sorry to interrupt you, but like this is so weird to me, and that's why my face looks like that when I look at you right now, because vegetables, bowel movements.
Yeah, I eat like pretty regular. Like I'll eat like a salad. I'll eat corn. Like
wow. Oh my God.
But obviously, you know, like it's like you said, like everyone's body is so different, and you will never meet 2 women that like prep the exact, or 2 people that prep the exact same way. So that's my like cleaning out method, and then I do like a quick rinse right before I have anal sex, and I find that like the quicker that rinse is, like the smaller and quicker the final rinse is, the better, because if you start doing like an extensive enema or douche, like right before,
it's just it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. It will never stop.
It's like
it happened to me a few times, and because always I get really stressed out, and I have so much anxiety before shooting anal. Like the first 5 minutes of shooting anal scene and like all the way to starting shooting an anal scene, for me it's very stressful. So also that's why I'm taking Imodium, because stress causes, you know.
I would say, I totally agree with you, same. And I think, you know, we say like a scene, the first 5 minutes of a scene is like stressful, but like, I would say the first 5 minutes of anal sex in general is stressful, because the whole time, I mean,
exactly,
we don't like to say it, but we're,
it's like all those factors, like you want to know answers, like is it gonna fit, is it gonna be clean, you know, all those things, like am I gonna be okay, am I gonna like feel good during the scene. So like after 5 minutes you're like into it.
Yeah, because if you're good 5 minutes in, you're good.
Right. So but that's also the most stressful part, like this 5 minutes, I just want to be okay. Yeah.
And I also want to mention, I'm pretty sure you agree with this part, but like, for if you do use like a store-bought enema, don't use the solution it comes with.
Oh my god, never. Oh
never.
God. No.
That stuff.
Like, I knew it when I started porn. I knew it because you use it in America. I saw it somewhere in the toilet on set, and I looked at it. I'm like, I'm not fucking putting it in my butt. No way. I heard stories.
Yeah, it's not good. If you use the solution in the enema bottle, you won't be having anal sex for like 4 days.
Yeah, so it's also very like it's burning inside your butt.
It's not good.
Like,
so if anything, dump it out and like fill it up with warm water is what I like.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next, like when we're actually getting ready to do anal, you mentioned stretching. I think stretching is really important. For me, like now because my butthole is more used to being fucked, like I'm okay, less prep in that department. But I would say when I was first starting anal, especially, it was really important that I warm up by myself with a tool. And also another thing that I really, really was good for me was, and I still do to this day, is if I know I'm having anal sex that day, even if it's at home, I'll put like some kind of oil or like a balm on my butthole all day long. And I compare it to like, it's like keeping like chapstick on your lips. Like,
all right.
So like
it choked butthole.
Yeah. So it like prevents tears, and I find that to be really helpful. I like grapeseed oil a lot, jojoba oil.
Okay. Right.
And how
pretty much same. Well, I never put anything, any lotions and any like lip balms all over my butthole before, but that's actually a very good idea. So thank you so much. I'm actually booked for an anal scene in 3 days, so I'm gonna try
now.
Yeah. But yeah, I am stretching. I think like an hour before the scene, I am stretching on my own. I'm using a toy that I am very comfortable with. I'm not using anything that looks weird to me or anything that the production wants me to use. I need to know the toy. I need to know how my body will handle it. So it doesn't have to be like super big or anything. Just as long as it opens my butt a little bit, because also when I'm shooting, I like to prepare straight before the scene. I like to prepare with a guy, so I know what I'm gonna deal with. So like before we start filming, or like first if we have vag and then we go to anal, we cut, and then I'm like, can I prepare with you, please? So like obviously can I please have your cock for 5 minutes and stretch my butthole? And they never complain, so well.
Why would they go ahead? But yeah, I totally agree with that. Like I think like a penis is great because it has the right consistency, and like everyone's is different. Like some guys are harder than others, some guys are like thin, some guys are thick. Also like I don't know about you, but for me, like I really like glass in my butt. And it's weird because when I first started porn, like I remember like a lot of sets would want me to use a glass toy, and this is like when I did vaginal sex. And I was like, this doesn't really like feel that good. Like I'd rather have like a penis or a dildo.
Right.
But then when I had glass in my butt, I was like, oh, this is what glass toys are for.
Yeah, it's like glass is good for anal, not for vag. Every time they want me to use glass toys, even like looking like a dildo, you know, made of glass, I was like, oh my God, this is so painful. I hate my life right
Painful,
now.
yeah.
I never want to put it in.
Yeah. It
But
feels
my
a
butt
lot
is
better in
super-
the butt. Yeah, for sure. Do you have a favorite toy that you stretch with?
Yeah, I can't show them to you, but like I have some of my favorite ones, and
Do you use
surprisingly,
dildos or do you use like butt plugs or
I have one glass toy, not a dildo, but it looks like a little one. It's like really cute. So I like to play with that. And also, surprisingly, I have a giant black dildo that my fan bought me because he wanted me to shoot a custom with it. And I was first like really, really scared of that because it's massive. But it's made of such amazing materials that honestly, it just slides right in. It's not because my butt's so big. It's just because the dildo's really good.
I have two favorite toys that I prep with. One is glass, and all the toys that I like to prep with are not, they're not funny shaped. They're just kind of like straight.
Right. Yeah.
Like I think butt plugs are actually pretty uncomfortable to prep
They just
with.
look nice, like
They
for
look
kids
nice
or something. But I don't see
for
the
your
purpose.
butt.
What's the purpose? You know what I mean? Like, because if it has to open my butt, then it's not gonna open my butt. It's gonna open like the first centimeter of my butt.
Yeah.
And it's just for pics, actually. I only saw it in like anal teasers.
Yeah. It's jewelry. It's an ear. It's like or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also really, so I like glass, and then I also really like using like a double-ended dildo just because they're long. You have a lot of space to hold on to it. You know, because like when you're fucking your butt, it's kind of like you need a lot more.
Right.
Like leg. My arms are short too on top of it. So
right. That's true.
Okay. Here's another question I get a lot. What is the best lube for anal?
Personally, silicone. I know a lot of girls hate silicone, but I've tried everything, and I tried even coconut oil, but coconut oil has tendency to get like really milky or something. Like it has color. Yeah,
it gets like bubbly. It's weird.
Exactly. It's super weird. So I'm only using silicone. That's the best.
Agree with you 1,000%. Like I think the more of a pure silicone lube is, the better. Like gun oil, I think is great silicone lube. I hate water-based lube for anything.
Oh my god! Well, it's not even lube, it's water.
Why is it a thing? I don't understand. It gets so sticky.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes my asshole like, it's like fucking like rubber or something. Like tight.
It doesn't do anything to me, and also it dries so fast. Once I was on, not once, but like I was on set a few times, and they had only water-based lube, and we were shooting anal scenes all day, and I was just like, look, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I always ask for silicone lube when I'm on set, always. And it's that I don't know if I can name the brand, but like the ones that gay people use. So like the backdoor thing, that's the best thing.
The gay guys have the butt stuff down. Yeah. I also like, if there is no lube, I really like just back of the throat spit. Like that really thick. Yeah. It has to be like deep throat. Yeah. Oh, I can't just spit from the front of my mouth.
It's really thick. Yeah.
Really thick. I also really like this lube called J Lube, which is, it's a little bit more involved. I think I've talked about it before, but it's like, it's for horses, and it's a powder, and you have to mix it with warm water, and like, it's very.
Maybe I saw it on one of your videos. Have you used it on your videos?
And I talk about it all the time.
Okay, yeah, I know.
But it's available on Amazon.
Okay.
But it's for horses, and a lot of, speaking of gay guys, a lot of gay guys use it for fisting. So that's how I found out about it. But
that's great stuff then.
It's great anal. It doesn't look the best on camera. It's again a little bit milky and like thick, but it never dries. Like it's really great slippery lube.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, this is a question, like, definitely, I think, very specific to us, but how can I gape my asshole? okay, first of all, this is definitely, you're not going to gape on your first time.
Right, and also not everybody gapes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know girls who do a lot of anal, but they just don't gape at all. It's just like, as soon as the dick's out, it's just like,
That's so
again. I don't know, it's insane, but like not every butthole gapes.
I didn't know that. I feel like sometimes when I bend over, I gape.
Oh yeah, I know. You know what? Actually, I don't know if she's watching us right now, but one of my friends, you know her, probably Anna Deville.
Yeah.
This is what she's doing when she's prepping for anal. When she was shooting for me for Elements, she was actually in doggy and just like, you know, spreading her butt cheeks with her, her hands, just opening her butt like that. And it was funny because it made some funny noises. I was just looking at her like, oh my God, this is amazing. I've never seen anyone prepping like that, but it's awesome.
It's like a workout for your butthole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a muscle.
It opens. Yeah.
So I would say my tips on gaping are like, take it slow because it's not going to happen the first few times. And I guess for some people, it doesn't happen at all. For me, when I am doing a gaping thing, like for me, the trick is it's definitely this position, right? Like that's the gaping position.
Yeah.
And then for sure you want to be fucking for a little bit before like you start to try.
Right.
But like I would say the trick is to like push out.
Exactly. And I'm always nervous.
Yes. Yes. So when you do, if you're gonna gape tonight, you got to make sure like this is a good anal day.
Yeah.
You did your prep, you cleaned, because basically you're like pushing to open your asshole, and you don't. It could go bad.
But also, I feel like there's a difference between a gape and a rosebud, right?
Yeah.
Because, right. So for example, like the gape is a hole in your butt that is created because of the anal pummeling, obviously, right? But
that's the scientific term.
Yeah. As soon as you start pushing it out, it becomes a rosebud.
I've never done the rosebud.
I'm scared. It looks like bloody toilet paper to me.
So I've never done a rosebud. I've licked a rosebud.
Oh yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, a rosebud is like also known as it's also known as like a prolapse. Yeah. But it's when it's like, imagine this is the butthole. It's when something comes out of it like this.
Yeah, it's just like the inside of your butthole is just sticking out a little bit.
It looks like a cute little alien is being born.
Yeah, it actually looks like a rosebud.
Yeah.
And like for me, it looks like bloody toilet paper. I don't know why. It's just like it's weird, but also it's weird, but also it's fascinating to me, you know? It's like every time someone asked me to do it, I was like kind of pushing out, but like scared to like 50%.
I don't know. I know that there are actually, I've heard that there are directors in our business that know that can teach you how to do that. Yeah. So.
Oh, directors. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're with Evil Angel. Like it sounds like something that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I think of a few people who might know.
Yeah. Like I imagine Jason probably knows how to do
it. That's what I thought about.
But
John Stagliano too.
Yeah, oh for sure. And Adriano, maybe all of them.
Oh yeah.
But I also heard that it's actually easier to do if you've given birth. So I mean, I've given birth, so maybe I'll be able to do it. I don't know.
So did you notice anything or
no? So I mean, I haven't tried, but like I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like my asshole is like pretty much the same. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's better if you feel it's the same and different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For sure.
This way.
For sure. Oh, okay. Here's a good question. How many times did it take for you to start enjoying anal sex?
Hmm. You know what? Actually, I never really did so much anal before porn. So I was actually learning to enjoy anal on set, which is for some people it's like, you know, mind blowing that you can actually get to experiment on set. But yeah, like that's why also I started porn, because I wanted to experiment with sexuality, and the safest place to do it is porn set, and not like, you know, somewhere in the club or whatever.
Yeah.
So the first scenes, obviously I think everyone has the same experience, that the first scenes were like awkward and you were not really sure what you're dealing with and how's your body gonna react, and if you like it, if you don't like it. But like the excitement of it was kind of making up for me not knowing maybe what to do, how to, well, I knew how to prep, but like how to prep 100% or something. I was really excited about shooting those anal scenes, so the adrenaline was kind of making up for me.
I totally agree. Like I think it's a lot like having sex vaginally for the first time. Like it,
right,
the first few times it doesn't physically feel the best, but it's
right,
you're so turned on by
yeah,
doing it
yeah,
that it's like hot. And
yeah.
I agree with you. I started having anal sex once I was already in porn.
Mm-hmm.
And but the guy I was dating at the time was really into pegging, so he taught me a lot. And
Awesome.
like my speaking of awkward first scenes, my first anal scene sort of was so bad that we reshot it. And it was with Manuel. And
Ooh, okay.
yeah, and like the first time it was like we did it, but it wasn't like the greatest. And
okay.
he kind and gracious enough to practice with me a few times.
Oh my
And
god,
then came in to reshoot the scene for free. Like, you know, such a nice guy. And
right.
such a nice
Yeah.
guy. Fuck me in the ass multiple times.
But
And
he is a nice guy.
yeah, he is. But, so yeah, it's, but I would say like to truly, for me, start enjoying it, and not just because it was the novelty of having anal sex,
Right.
like physically, like to get to the point where I'm like, oh my God, this feels good. I'm coming from it. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
so good. I would say it was probably like 20 times.
Yeah, probably the same for me too. And also you need to have a really good partner. Really good partner. Like they need to understand your butthole. They need to understand anal, because you get to shoot with guys who, well, they have good dick, but they don't understand anal sex or like sexuality per se, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like, you know, there's not so many guys so good at sex in porn, even in porn.
Mm-hmm.
But there are guys who are really good at it. And I think when I shot with like one of the bigger names guys, that's when I felt like, interesting developmental situation.
For sure. I think, yeah, like the more experience someone has with
Yeah.
anal sex, the better they are at it, for sure.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think, like, for me, it really helped that the guy I was with had taken things in his butt. Not Manuel, by the way. I don't even know about Manuel with that, in regards to that stuff.
Yeah.
But the guy I was dating at the time was really into pegging, and that was so helpful for me. Like,
Right.
knew everything I was going through. So I think, I definitely think, like, when the guy has taken things in his ass, he's better at it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to name any names, but I 100% agree with you right now. Now, when I go in my head through all the guys, yeah.
Also, I think also like when they just have a love of anal, like it's always better with a partner who's like really, really into it. And like even in porn, there are guys that are known to be like, I'm not that into anal, and usually that's not great, because they don't really want to be doing it. It's not turning them on.
It's just awkward, and it's pain for everybody. Like I always say, when a male performer doesn't like to do anal, I mean doesn't like to give anal to a girl, then just don't do it. I don't understand why they keep on doing it. I mean, I know why, because they don't want to lose jobs, but it's just such a pain. Like I remember one of my first anal experiences on set was for a production. They booked me with a guy who hated shooting anal scenes with girls. So I remember he was actually covering his face with a pillow when I was like in reverse cowgirl because he just couldn't look at it. And I was just like, what is happening?
I hate this guy.
Honestly.
It's
So yeah,
I
save us trouble.
That's actually something that's so true in porn in general, is like a lot of people, I think, you know, on one hand, it's like, yeah, porn's a job. We're like fulfilling fantasy and we're performers. But on the other hand, it's also your body and it's like your genitals. And like, it's like,
Right.
if you don't want to do something, like, just don't.
Just say no. I mean, also money is not the most important thing in the world. Like, you know, you need to realize it, because if you don't, then you're just trapped. You're just chasing money all the time, and then you start hating your job.
Yeah. It's like, have you ever like done a girl scene with a girl who doesn't like girls at all?
Yeah, exactly. And if you love girls, then it's just like awkward.
Yeah.
To do a scene with her.
I feel like a predator. Like,
yeah, because you just want to lick her, and she's like, "Oh, you do."
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
No thanks. Okay, here's the question. Well, I think I know your answer because you said you don't eat before anal scenes.
Right.
But what is the best thing to eat on a date before I want to engage in anal sex? I would say like well, Misha says don't eat.
No. Well, if you go on a date and you plan to do anal sex after a date, right? Or
yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Just don't eat. Just don't go up to the restaurant anywhere. Just go straight to butt sex. Honestly, there's no point of you going to a restaurant because you will be looking at the guy eating and you'll be getting angry and you will not want to fuck him later because you'll be angry and hungry. This is my opinion. Like, go straight to butt sex and then go and just grab a takeaway.
You know what? You know what? Okay, maybe this is really dumb of me because like I don't really like I'm not a date person. I'm just not that girl. I'm usually the kind of girl where like someone will like just invite me to their house. Maybe it's, I don't know why. Maybe it's just a vibe I'm giving off.
Yeah.
But, I don't get asked on dates a lot, but it makes way more sense to fuck first and then go eat.
Yeah, like why do we need to pretend like, oh, all this setup to fucking
even with like vaginal sex, it's like,
because I think we all know why we're doing this.
Yeah,
because we want to fuck after. So why don't we just fuck before and then we can just chill?
You know what?
Because I don't want to fuck with my belly full. You know what I mean?
I also always wonder, like, you know how like there's like happy endings after a massage. Wouldn't it be so much better if you got the happy ending first?
Right.
Like, I mean, I don't know, because I'm not a dude, but if I were a dude and I went to get a massage with a happy ending, the whole time I'm getting massaged, I'd be thinking, like, okay, when's she gonna turn me off or whatever? Like, I'd be thinking about it the whole time. Whereas if she just made me come in the first 5 minutes, then I could, like, relax and enjoy my massage.
Exactly. Just the other way around. I'm totally with you on this.
Yeah. So. We can solve the world's problems.
Do something about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I actually, like, my advice on like what to eat on a date in general, like where you're gonna have sex after, like for me, I mean, I guess it's obvious, like I wouldn't order soup, for example, because I find that whenever I intake a large amount of liquid when I'm getting fucked, like it sounds like a waterbed inside of my stomach.
Oh yeah, and I know it's just like, you know, this flashing around and all
and then it's so hard for me to enjoy the sex because all I can think about is like, why does my sound like it's on like a surround sound speaker right now? So I would say just like don't eat anything too liquidy. I don't know. It also kind of depends. Like, I'm the kind of person where, like, I'll eat one small thing and, like, my stomach's immediately bloated. Whereas, like, people, I see some bitches eating, like, entire meals on set.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah. And also the stress that, you know, like, if you go on a date, then it means you're not in a relationship, which means you just met a guy or a girl, which means it's stressful. So if you go on a date and if you think about fucking later, that's already stressful. And then if you think about eating food and then fucking, that's even more stressful. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat so much. I would eat something light. I mean, I don't know, just like maybe French fries. I know it's heavy, but like it's not too complicated to process.
French fries,
you know
is
what I mean?
great.
Yeah. So like
It
just
doesn't
something.
move around in your stomach.
Yeah.
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 You know what's so fucked up too is like I feel the same exact way as you. Like I like in a situation like that, I find it like stressful and I don't want to eat too much. We're gonna fuck. My stomach's gonna pop out.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But it's also like dudes love girls that can eat a lot. So it's like
Yeah.
like I want to like show off my great binge eating skills, but like
Right. Yeah.
it's so complicated being a woman.
I know. There's just so many things. But then maybe find a guy who likes to give you food and then likes to just fuck you in the butt after it.
No,
What happens? I don't know.
we had the answer. We already had the answer before. The answer
All
is
right. Yeah. So
then
that's food.
yeah. Then everyone can do whatever the fuck they want.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, this is the final question.
Okay.
The question is about ass to pussy. Yes or no?
Never.
Never?
Never. Oh my god, that's on my no list. Never. But you know what? I'm gonna explain to you why. I have a very valid reason. I am very prone to infections. So I need to be very careful. So that's like the capital letters thing on my no list. No ass to pussy. Ass to mouth, yeah, sure, but no ass to pussy.
Okay, I'm gonna change your life right now.
Oh my god.
I just want to put this out there. Again, we're not doctors or anything like that. And I know that ass to pussy's bad. Like I know it's bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's like any idiot, any 5-year-old can tell you not to go ass.
Yeah.
Like that's
but you love it, right?
obvious. But and it's also, I would say it's probably also on my no list. Like I would never, if a director were like, hey, we're gonna do ass to pussy today, I'd be like, no, like we're not. I would never book a scene to do ass to pussy. Yeah. However, I love going ass to pussy. And my favorite is going pussy, ass, pussy, ass, pussy, like back and forth, because I feel like every time it's in one hole, I forget how good it feels in the other hole.
Oh, okay.
It's like eating at a buffet and like going sweet to salty and sweet to salty. Like it's so good to.
My God.
But in my many years, I am also believe it or not, I'm also very prone to UTIs. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not acting like it, but but I just always have been. Like some women are. Like even if I get really stressed out or really sick, I'll get a UTI just from the stress.
Yeah. Same.
So I found something that's incredible. Okay.
Tell me.
So
I want to know.
It's called D-Manose. And it's a powder that you can get like any natural, like homeopathic type store. You can get it like here in the States, you can get it at Whole Foods. But it's called D-Manose. It's the letter D dash M A-N-N-O-S-E. And it's an all natural thing. And it's a powder. It tastes like sugar. You mix like a spoonful in a glass full of water and you drink it, and it's preventative. So what it does is like, it acts like, it's kind of similar to like cranberry juice, but stronger, where it goes through your system and it doesn't allow bacteria to stick to your urinary tract.
Oh, but are you taking it orally or are you putting it?
Orally. I put it in water and I drink it. So if I know I'm like if I know, like, you know how it is, like certain anal scenes, like you're like, yeah, like I'm gonna be dirty.
Yeah, because
like,
you can't say no. You're just like, okay. I
know.
Or
like certain performers, you're like, oh, I'm gonna let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah. And then you just think about it later when they say, okay, we got it. Then you're just like, oh my god, what have I fucking done?
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Like, why was my head in the toilet? I don't know.
Yeah.
So if I'll take the D-Manose like a couple days prior, like every day, and then I'll also take it immediately after doing the scene. And then I'll
Okay.
also, this is probably bad advice because they say a lot of times douching your pussy will push the bacteria back up into your pussy.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
do it. I don't know. Like it in my experience as a porn performer, it's worked out.
Okay.
And ever since I've been doing the douching and the D-Monos, I'm telling you, I have not gotten a UTI from ass to pussy.
That's awesome. Actually, you need to send it to me later. But like,
I will.
also, I feel like this is such an individual thing because
Yeah.
I know girls who never ever got even like the yeast infections or anything like that, and I'm like, wow, I'm just here sitting, and I feel like, something's happening.
I'm just existing. The wind blows.
Yeah. So I'm just so prone to it. That's why I try to avoid things like that. But obviously, I try to avoid. But if it happens, then it happens, and you kind of have to deal with it, like prevent them from happening. But yeah, this is such an individual thing, really.
It's also a scary thing because it's like, okay, I'm like, oh, try the D-Monos, but it's like, what are you gonna like? Try it, and then if it doesn't work, we'll just have the worst.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Yeah, but we've tried pretty much everything, right? Every girl has like different tips. Like I have different tips. I told someone to do it, and then I have no idea if it worked for them. Like I tried to be nice. So so this
like I have one for yeast infections that I tell everyone, and it doesn't work for everyone, but love it, and it's putting a whole clove of garlic in your vagina.
I heard about it.
For me, it works so well.
Oh, it works. Oh, because it's natural antibiotic. I don't know if antibiotics works for is it candida, right? I don't know if it works for that. Maybe it does for bacteria.
It's anti I think fungal, and I think there's a fungus or it's something like that. But it really works for me. So.
Oh, also important thing, after an anal scene, what usually works for me, because I need to take care of my butt after an anal scene, always. It's never like you just let it be, like nothing happened. I always put those, those, how's it called, suppository or like?
Suppository?
Yeah, for hemorrhoids or for like little scars inside your butt. I put it in my butt because it's nice, because it makes, it kind of heals the scars, because we have micro scars inside our butts. Always after anal, always, even if you don't feel it, there are. And for example, if you then need to go to the toilet after an anal scene, you still have scars in your butt and you can get it infected. So that's why I always put this thing inside for a night, and then I'm like completely fine the next morning.
What? So suppository for hemorrhoids?
Yeah, like the simple one that you can get like in Target, probably, like, whatever. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it
for me every time.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, I'm definitely gonna. Oh, I wish I had known that like the last 12 years of my life. Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's another thing, is like you probably will at some point tear a little bit, and it's not as scary as it sounds. I mean, obviously there's like different varying degrees of it, and you can get bad tear, but like honestly, like I've never had a really bad one. And
I had one, but not so bad. But I never had like a lot of blood. No, if there's a lot of blood, because it can bleed quite a lot. I've seen that. If there's something like this going on, then it means it's bad. Yeah. I never had anything like this happen. Just like, I don't know if we are supposed to talk about it. I don't know. Yeah, but like a little bit of blood is normal, because the veins inside your butt, they can, how do you say it? Exactly. So like it's completely normal. You just need to do it at your pace, always. Yeah. Not showing everything inside.
Yeah. And like also I feel like, we're talking a lot about like having anal sex on set, which is obviously like you need a lot more prep, you need to be careful, there's a lot more gaping, the dick's much huger. We're having sex for like at least 30 minutes at a time, which is like not always the case in real life. Yeah. So, like obviously when you're having like anal sex in real life, you can like cut all this advice by like a third.
Yeah, exactly. Like we are professionals, so we have to take care of our bodies, because we're kind of like athletes. So we need our bodies to serve us well for a pretty long period of time. And the amount of scenes we're doing is also like not even like on set, but also for like, you know, premium platforms, whatever, that they need to be good. So like we need to do them every day. So we need to take care of our buttholes and vaginas. But
Yeah.
like if you're just at home, you can probably skip 90% of those steps, I guess. I mean, when I'm at home, I don't even like douche so much. I don't know.
No,
But, like,
if I'm just having sex at home, like for me, the psyllium husk really keeps it that like I don't need to prep that much. Like if I take the psyllium husk, like I pretty much only have to like douche once before and then I'm good. But yeah, and speaking of like shooting for our own platforms, I want to tell people where they can see you. I know you have sunlitsmut.com.
Yeah, it's sunlitsmut.com. It's my OnlyFans. It's linked in my bio, my Insta, and pretty much on every pic, every Insta story.
Gorgeous.
Huh?
It's gorgeous. It's so
Thank
beautiful.
you. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
I have to say, like, your OnlyFans content, like, puts my shit to shame. Like, it's, I mean, obviously, it's very different, but, like, it's so beautiful. Like, it doesn't look like an amateur production at all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It means so much to me, really. But I watch your stuff, too, and your stuff is amazing. So don't even
And I wanted to ask, so, like, what happens in the winter months for you? Like, are you going to be shooting inside more?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Well, I was actually 2 weeks ago, I was in Germany, and it started to get really, really cold, but still I was filming outside because I am an insane person. So I was like, oh, shaking, but still we did it. I have a lot of scenes to be released. So I hope I can, like, you know, release the scenes that I shot and then maybe release again the ones that I released already for those who haven't seen them. And just wait for other months.
But also, your house is like really designed. Like you have a lot of windows. Like you live in a place where like I could see you being fine a lot and still be sunlit.
Yeah, so that's another perk. Like if you have a nice and sunny day, then I can kind of, you know, make something out of it. Also, I have a lot of plants. Look at that. That's
oh,
so many.
Oh my God, is that a monstera?
This is a big, big monstera. Yeah, she's growing, and this is alocasia.
Yeah.
So I have 65 plants right now.
I need to get mine. I can't believe I haven't. But I know we love plants.
Yeah.
Why do you think porn girls love plants?
Oh my God, I want to say because we lack something in ourselves.
we lack love in our lives. I think, you know what I'm noticing? Actually, okay, there's a few of us that there actually I won't say I don't think it's that common actually. I would say I know maybe like 5 plant people in porn. And everyone is a hardcore performer.
That's interesting actually. I wanna investigate this topic. This is very interesting to me.
Like maybe Armand's place right now is like a jungle.
Oh yeah, I saw. She posted something on her Twitter the other day. She was stretching her butthole, and, like among all the plants, and I just commented like, "Oh my God, your plants." She was escaping. Why?
Like nice, but great plants. Yeah,
I don't know what it is. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. This is very interesting, actually. I would like to know scientific opinion on that. Yeah.
Let's keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
We'll touch base, like, after about it for, like, a week.
I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, we are, I don't know, if we're, like, so hardcore performers, but there's, like, a softer side to us, or, like, we want to take care of something, but I don't know how to connect it to us being hardcore performers. Actually, we need to I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, because I think porn girls in general, we are actually weirdly, I find that girls are very like maternal weirdly and nurturing, and we like to take care of like our boyfriends, our bro friends. 100%. But no offense to our boyfriends, we love our boyfriends. But I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know what would make a hardcore performer into plants. I don't know. I definitely want to explore it though.
Yeah.
But anyway, where else can we see you? So your Instagram is X Misha Cross X.
Misha Cross X. Yeah, you can see me on my OnlyFans, sunlitsmut.com. I answer all DMs there, and you can watch my content. You can watch my live shows that are weekly. So I spend pretty much all days there. I also uploaded free shit on Pornhub today. Because I kind of neglected it. I don't know. It's just, you know, like sometimes I get so busy, I neglect things, and I'm then looking at it and I'm like so dissatisfied with how it works. So I realized I need to take care of that. So you can also see some of the free shit on Pornhub.
Well, that's the good thing about free shit is like no one can complain.
Right. Yeah, it's free. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and talking anal with me.
Thank you for having me again. It's a massive pleasure for me to talk to you and see you.
It was good to see you, Misha. Hope to see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was Misha Cross. You can see her on her Instagram at X Misha Cross X. You can also check out all of her self-shot stuff on sunlitsmut.com. It's like really, really beautiful stuff. And then you can also check out her movies that she's directed for Evil Angel, and just search her name on Pornhub. So, this week I am going to be back on Wednesday with Emily Willis for 7 Minutes in Heaven, where we'll be interviewing her for 7 minutes. Allegedly, it'll probably be longer. And then next Sunday, I'll be back for Just the Tip with Cherie DeVille, who is beautiful, beautiful MILF. And then that's it for this week. So I will see you in this coming week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.